Hello. We on? Yes, we on. Yes. Welcome back to Danni and Daniel Discussion Day episode 3. This is Danny. I'm Daniel.
Great improvement
this time. Welcome to Discussion Day episode 3. So far, the statistic has been good. I guess we have 100 streams.
Thank you, everyone.
50 listeners all over the world: Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam,
Australia,
UK, and the United States of America. I don't know which state, but there's 1%. There's a listener.
Just one state.
Yeah.
Someone somewhere.
yeah. Thank you for the support, I guess.
Yeah.
So so how's your week?
It's just been stressful. It's been a very stressful week, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's a stressful week for both of us.
Yeah, very stressful.
Let's start with you. Why is it stressful?
I just feel like there's a lot going on, Had to get a new laptop. That's annoying. Would prefer not to have got a new laptop, but...
Yeah, but you have to. Your laptop is slow.
My old laptop is so dead.
Like super slow.
So slow. Freezes all the time. It's probably got like 1 million viruses, so...
Yeah, but, it has been like, what, 5 years?
I don't see why I should have to keep buying electronics though. Why can't they just build electronics to last? Why is it like 3 years and you have to get a new one?
I guess because the advances of technology, I guess. And
but I'm not using my laptop for anything. I just want to type stuff on it. Like, it's not like I'm a gamer or I'm like coding anything.
But things deteriorate. So, as time goes by.
Well, I wish it didn't. I just wish I didn't have to buy a new laptop.
Well, invent it, I guess. That's your only solution.
You know how stupid you sound right now?
Be the solution,
Invent it, that's your solution. You're a moron, you are.
Oh no, it's shot fired.
I'm not doing it for comedy value.
Mm-hmm.
You're just... Stop talking out your ass.
No. She don't see the bigger picture. Anyway, what else is stressing you?
I still haven't got a visa sorted.
Yeah.
So I have to go do that next week.
Let's hope we get it. Yeah.
It's just stressful. I'm just trying not to think about everything. Yeah.
Well, that's the portion of stress that she's facing. Mine is more of
You've just had a really bad week. Just everything has been going wrong for you this week, hasn't it?
Well, it started off with the laptop.
Oh my god. What happened to your laptop was way worse than what happened to my laptop.
Yeah, my laptop wouldn't start all of a sudden, so I tried to reboot it, and I accidentally pressed a button that just cleared the whole disk. So my script, 3 of my upcoming songs, and a few other proposal and stuff gone.
Yeah.
I didn't invest in a cloud storage. I didn't have a backup disk. That is like the worst.
Dude, you should really be backing up your work.
Yeah, now I do. Now I have
oh no, you do.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I got it sorted out, it cost me a lot to get a new computer.
But that wasn't the end of it.
Yeah, it was not. Once I get a new computer, I realized my hardware doesn't work with this new software. The new OS doesn't support the hardware, and the company no longer produce a new software to because now I'm using a machine MK1. Now they already have MK3.
You want to explain what that is?
So machine is a product. The past 2 episodes you saw this big thing that I put on the table, right? That's the machine MK1. That's like the first gen. So now they have like MK3 already. So they have pretty much released 2 new products, and the software that is needed for the computer and things to sync up, right? Is only updated for MK3. So I don't have a software to sync up my laptop with the old one. So that thing is pretty much redundant.
Yeah.
And then I also realized that my mic, if you see, this is a new mic, this is a new audio interface. That caused a bomb as well. Because that mic sensitivity was gone for some reason. I don't know what happened. And yeah, that is the second one. And then my bicycle, the gear got caught in the back spoke of the wheel, right? And then it just, for some reason, messed up the whole bike. The chain got crooked. I have to send it for servicing.
You know what it reminds me of? Like, you know, in cartoons, the character's like riding a bicycle, and then like the bicycle like slowly falls to bits. Like the wheel comes off, and they're just like, in the end, they're just like pedaling on a seat. That's what I imagine it to be. Like,
It's pretty much kind of like
just
that.
like
Because
bits
like
falling off.
pretty much. So that happened. That repair cost a bomb, and then other bits and bobs that I have to buy cost me something as well. And the icing on the cake was I forget that every August, right? No? Okay. That financially I have to do a lot. Like, yeah.
And then you had to have a filling at the dentist.
Oh yes. At the dentist as well. I thought it was gonna be like a breeze, just less than 100 kind of, dentist appointment. No, there's a hole in the back of my tooth. And then the dentist was like, "Do you want to feel it?" I'm like, I feel it. I didn't know it was gonna cost me like a bomb.
Did you not think like dentist hair is so expensive? Just like, yeah, put veneers on whilst I'm here.
So yeah.
Yeah, man, you've had a really crap week. We've both had really crappy weeks, actually.
Like ever since I proposed to her, things went downhill.
Oh my god. I'm flabbergasted right now. That's so rude. There you go, you can have this back.
No. Still marry me, please. So yeah.
We can only go up from here.
Yeah.
God hope.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I don't know how I could get any worse at this point.
Yeah. At this point, like, I lost a role.
Oh yeah, you did.
I thought I got picked for a corporate video, but no, I was shortlisted, not selected. Here's the thing about the acting industry, right? In Singapore, like sometimes they give you false hope that hey, you're shortlisted. Initially when I started off, I didn't know what shortlisted is.
I still feel like you don't know what shortlisted is.
Yeah, I mean, come on, like we just got out of lockdown after don't know how many months.
Yeah.
So I have not been acting for quite some time. So I don't really, and most of the time they just select me and give me a script. So but for commercial, it's a little bit different, They will shortlist you, and then most of the time it's just shortlist 2 people and they send it to the client, and the client has to choose whichever.
Right. Okay.
So I didn't know. I thought I'd gotten the role.
Yeah.
They asked me for my clothing size and everything.
Yeah, they did. They asked you for your measurements.
Yeah. So I gave it to them, thinking that I got the role already. But now today they was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Maybe they saw your measurements and they were like,
oh, come on.
no.
What?
Maybe they already bought the t-shirt because you put a large instead of medium. They're like, we have a medium shirt right here, but he says he's a large, so.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. That could be the reason why.
Yeah, could be.
can see.
Oh,
Okay, it's okay.
it's just so frustrating.
I know it is frustrating. It'll get better though.
Yeah.
It has to.
Yeah, it has to.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. My God's will.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's all about it for
Yeah, that's
me.
all our gripe for this week, I guess.
Yeah. So lighter note. We got questions,
Yes,
right?
I have questions.
Like yeah.
Right. Okay.
So,
So I'm just gonna pick some of them out.
okay.
I'm not gonna pick any controversial ones. I'll just pick some light-hearted ones.
Okay.
Okay, the first
Can we
one.
do one controversial one? Just one.
Fine, but I'm not gonna start with the controversial.
Okay. Let's start with the light-hearted one.
Okay. One. What's your ideal way to spend the vacation?
I'll let you take this, Will. Like, because the thing is, personally, I've been working non-stop before I met you. Even
Yeah.
like, I just work, man. Like, I work every day. I don't really go for vacation. You know, so I don't have an ideal vacation. Why don't you tell us?
You don't have an ideal vacation though.
I mean, we went to Bali. That's an ideal vacation for me. Like that time in Bali was,
Yeah.
you know, it was. I don't know. Like I never had a holiday where it's not stressful.
Yeah, that was so relaxing.
Yeah,
that
like-
holiday.
Like it was so different. You know, I used to have holidays and you know it's just so rushed and everything is not thoroughly planned. It was just.
I don't think we thoroughly planned that. Really, we just kind of went.
I mean,
along
yeah,
with
like
it,
the
didn't we?
thing is the holiday with you was like literally relaxing experience, you
So
know.
I'm a chilled individual. That's why.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Okay.
It was very chilled though.
Yeah, it is.
We
To
just
be
like
fair.
relaxed on the beach.
Uh-huh.
Ate loads of good food.
shopping.
We did loads of shopping, didn't
Yeah, and lots of good food.
we? Yeah.
And we booked this villa where we
Oh, the
Yes.
villa was so nice.
we have a private pool
And a private chef who came
Yeah.
and made us breakfast in
every
the
morning. Yeah.
That was really
That
good.
was
Like
fun, yeah.
pancakes every morning. That
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
really good.
I mean, we had omelette as well one morning, but
I can't even remember. I just remember there being a lot of food. Yeah, we ate so much.
yeah.
So that's what I like on a holiday, just relaxing, eating some good food, catching some sun, and shopping.
So
Pretty
Bali
much,
was
yeah.
pretty much for now.
Yeah,
How about you? What's your ideal holiday?
I just said, relaxing, sun, eating.
Is there like a specific destination?
Oh, I don't know. I've been to so many good places, you know.
Yeah, Miss Jet Setter over here. So.
Probably Japan was one of my favourites, I would say.
Mm.
I love Japan so much.
Never been to Japan.
But it was so busy. That one was a very busy holiday. Because obviously we had like 10 days. We went to like 4 different places. So we just tried to like cram as much as possible in. But it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. That was probably one of my favourite holidays. I don't know, I can do both. I can do relaxing holidays in the beach, or I can do like exploring holidays, you know.
I mean, to be fair, the only holiday I had was with you twice. Once is JB, then.
That was good. We also just relaxed and ate food on that trip as well.
Oh yeah, and shopping as well.
And
So,
shopping as well, yeah.
Yeah, that like.
Yeah. I feel like for us, eating, shopping, and relaxing is pretty much it.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty
Yeah.
much the ideal holiday for us.
Yeah. Do you want a bit more? Well, ooh, one.
One.
What makes you dislike a person?
Oh.
I dislike most people, so I'm gonna let you take this one.
What make me dislike?
Yeah.
a person? When they start to show judgmental kind of like attribute. When that person started to like spew any type of racism or
Oh yeah, I think that goes up being said,
Like-
right? Like,
no, but some people like mostly local Chinese, I think it's just the way they are brought up for some reason. For me as well, like I don't see it as okay, but it is so common.
I guess what you're trying to say, there is a lot of like underlying racism in Singapore.
Yeah, and they don't see it sometimes, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, even me and my friend were talking the other day, and she's Malaysian, but she's Indian, and she was saying that like they've been trying to look for a new house, and like property agents just like won't text back to her, or they like refuse to put her as like a tenant on the tenancy agreement. They'll put her as like a occupier, so like she doesn't have as much rights as a tenant, even though she's a tenant. Or like they'll they're like asking, oh, is she Muslim because the property isn't halal? I'm sorry, how can a residential property be halal?
What, you have pig hanging everywhere?
Yeah, you're just like rubbing lard over everything.
Like, and we also experienced this the first time when we tried to have a...
We have looked at like, what, 4 units in this condo, right?
Yeah,
and I think
and one of the
2 or
units,
3 of them,
there's
been one of them straight up said that they didn't like your profile, which means that they don't want a Singaporean.
Yeah, they don't want local.
Yeah,
I mean, you see what a bad rap local have given, you know? Like, they just straight don't want local. And the other one is even funnier. The other one was like, I don't like his type. What do you mean his type?
And then they agreed to give it to us, but they jacked the price up of the unit by like $400 or something.
Yeah, so yeah.
So yeah. No, okay. That's a fair enough reason why you would dislike someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm pretty chill, so.
I don't like people that are rude to service staff.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, come on,
really
if you're rude to service staff, that means you just put on a front to everyone. Because like everyone should be treated with the same level of respect. And,
yeah.
And you know.
That's a big pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
Should we go on to another question?
Yeah. Next question.
Right, okay. Let's pick a good one.
And we didn't say who asked which question, so I'm sorry guys. Doesn't mean like we don't value you as a viewer, but we do.
Trying to keep anonymity.
Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm. If you could travel to any country in the world for 1 month, where would you go?
For a month?
Yeah, a whole month.
A month? Oh, yes. I mean, I've only been to a few.
So you can literally pick any country.
Oh,
Ones that you haven't been to.
I don't want to go to a country that I've never been to and stuck for a month, you know?
Really?
For me, I would just go to one that I'm comfortable with and just be there.
Right, okay, so where would that be?
Bali for now.
That's not a country.
Oh, country, Japan.
But you just said you've never been to Japan and you're not going to pick somewhere that you've never been to go.
Wait. South, Japan, South. I've been to South Korea. Yeah, South Korea. Yes.
I would like to go to South Korea for a month as
I've
well.
been to Busan once for 4 days during like my military days, because we used to ship around, you know, and then as a naval diver, you are attached to a ship.
Right, okay.
For every like deployment. Like any ship that goes out of Singapore, they will attach a team of divers.
Right.
Just in case like the propeller got stuck into fishing lines and they cannot move, they will send the divers down to...
Oh, that's horrible. That sounds so dangerous.
Yeah. So, but... Yeah.
So you would pick Korea?
South Korea.
Yeah, I think I would also pick Korea to
because
go to.
Busan was amazing when I was there, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't have time to explore, so...
Yeah, and there's so many places in Korea I want to go to as well.
Yeah.
Like I've heard that Jeju Island is really nice as well. It's like just south of South Korea, like a little island. It's supposed to be really beautiful. So yeah, I would also pick South Korea.
For a month?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Not for a month though, like...
No, you wouldn't do it for a month.
Like I'm a freelancer. Like if I don't work for a week, there's 1 week without money.
Fine.
Unless someone is paying for it. So yeah.
No, I'm not your sugar mommy.
Oh, come on.
Let's have a look. What's your favourite thing in your house? In our house? What's the favourite thing in our house?
Favorite thing?
Favourite thing in the house? I know what mine is.
The bed.
The bed is very comfortable.
Yeah. Like, it's the most comfortable bed I've been in.
It's super soft.
Yeah.
To be fair, the pillows you brought are like so comfortable.
Yeah.
They're like one of those. They're like quite hard, but you can also like sink into them really well. You know.
Which is a good premium pillow, you know.
Yeah. No. Okay. The bed. I was gonna say my Nintendo Switch.
Oh, yeah. The one that I got you for your birthday.
And you have more games on it than me.
No!
You do.
I only have 2. You have.
I've only just got a second game.
But
that I haven't played yet.
You played more than me, to be honest.
Because you bought it for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so yours is the bed, mine's the Switch.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the bed is very comfortable. Because like I used to like wake up early and do things, you know? And then now when I do things, even this morning I decided to just commit and do things. I did halfway and then my alarm rang off.
At what time?
At 7:30. Now, I mean, I woke up like 6:30.
Okay.
Right? I did something until 7:30. I was like, oh, maybe wanna wake up and work out, you know? So I went back to the bed to wake Sleepyhead up. Right? It's just-
Sleepyhead, come on, you can't say like, oh, she was asleep at 7:30 in the morning. What a lazy bum. Like 7:30 is really
I know it's early, you know, but you know, I went to wake up. She said, oh, I'll be up by 8. Okay. So I sat there waiting. And I fell asleep. I fell asleep. That's how comfortable the bed is.
To be fair, you're always asleep.
Not always.
As soon as you touch, not even lie down on that bed, but just touch that bed, you fall asleep.
No, come on.
You
The
do.
narrative you paint.
You are always sleeping.
I am
It's
always
not. It's not a narrative I'm painting. You are
I
always
cycle
sleeping.
every day, you know.
Yeah. Mm.
Woke up early, massage you and stuff.
You do not give me a massage every day.
Your
You're
feet.
such a liar. Oh my god.
You always ask me to massage your feet. And,
Okay, foot rubbing is not like a full body massage. Okay?
yeah, foot rub, you know.
Oh
like,
no, I'm sorry that I want you to give me attention.
I mean,
I can take my business elsewhere.
No! See? There's no winning, there's no winning.
Shall we move on to the next question?
Yes, okay, next question.
What are some of the most attractive traits a person can have?
Why don't you go first? I go first on the other one.
Fine. I don't know actually. I don't know.
Just think what's the most attractive trait. You know?
That's why I'm struggling.
What the
Your skin is nice.
No, so it's the skin, eh?
Uh-huh.
The most attractive trait for me is the smile. Right, if someone have a nice smile, it's captivating, you know.
Yeah.
That's the reason I approached you in the first place. Like,
Aww.
excuse me.
I don't know why I find attractive about you. I find everything attractive about you.
Oh, so everything, eh? Okay. So she can't pick one, guys. She can't pick one.
Exactly, I can't pick one, there's too many.
Okay, now it's a compliment. So
See?
she,
So you have to turn that one around.
nice save.
Okay. Let's have a look.
What's the next one?
What kinds of things do you find repulsive?
Define, like, is there a scenario?
There's no scenario, this is just the question.
Okay, what kind of thing I find repulsive? someone digging their nose in public. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Oh, you know what else I really hate as well?
What?
When like people on the train are like wearing flip flops, and then they like take their flip flop off and like cross their legs, so they've just got like
Oh,
a
and
bare
then they
foot.
start rubbing their
Yeah.
like their finger in between their toes. Oh yeah, a lot of
Like,
Singaporeans.
yeah, loads of people on the train just get their foot out.
And if you realize most of them are Chinese.
Why do we always have to bring this up?
No, because like
Can we cut this bit, please?
no, it's a fact. Chinese uncle. Yes.
No, I've seen loads of young people do it. And you know what else? It's always guys though, it's always guys. You know,
Yeah. There's never like come on.
Never
like,
the girls that are doing it. But you know what I've seen a lot? Where like someone will take their shoe off or their flip flop off and they'll put their like leg on their other leg and then they'll like hold their foot with their hand like it's another hand.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
And the icing on the cake, sometimes they actually sniff it.
And no stop.
So.
But some people have told me that they've seen people clipping their toenails on the train before.
Oh, I've seen that once. Yeah, I've seen that once.
Oh my god, okay, this is repulsive. This one time, it was when Jack came to visit me, and we went to Universal Studios. So we're on the train for like a really long time, from like Ishan all the way down, somewhere all the way down on the red line, right. So there was this one guy on the train like
No people ask you.
Yes, there was this one guy on the train the entire time, and he was like scratching his head like the entire time, and like looking underneath his fingernails, and he obviously either had like really really bad dandruff or had like lice, and he like so that must be like a half-hour train journey,
So is this
and he was just scratching it constant. Oh my god, yeah. Let's stop talking about this now. It's making me feel sick. Let's move on to a different question.
yeah, next one.
Yeah. What would your perfect life look like?
Like now, I think.
Aww.
No, really, like I have no
No complaints.
really, like things that happen are nothing major, like it's nothing that I cannot overcome.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
money spent I can earn, friendship lost I can seek a new one. So like I have a beautiful home, beautiful fiance. Everything is fine. Like everything is perfect.
Aww.
No, really. Like for me, I think like that's for me. How about you?
It'll be perfect for me when we get married. Then it'll be perfect.
And we are pretty much already planning.
Yeah, we're planning it. Exactly, so it's fine. No problems either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless some fella leader. So.
What's your most embarrassing story about being sick? I've had a funny story from you before about you vomiting. I can't remember what it is now.
For me,
Yeah,
vomiting.
yeah.
Must be so embarrassing that I forgot already. Tucked away.
You're not gonna say an embarrassing story when you're sick?
What did I tell you? I can't remember.
Oh, I can't remember now. I just remember it being really funny. Something about you passing out in a toilet.
Oh, that. I hate this. The reason why I didn't like alcohol, right, is because I have one of the worst experience ever, right? So, we went to Thailand, 5 of us, you know, to have an instructor exchange program. So, we missed our flight. And it was like, hey, we have this money. Why don't we buy alcohol? I said, I don't like drinking, guys. Come on. So it's okay. Let's just drink. Come on, what else can we do, right? So I was like, okay, fine. Let's drink. They bought a bunch of alcohol, and I have bad experience with alcohol, but this is the worst time. So they gave me just a can of, it's this size, of beer.
Right, okay.
You know, there's like a regular and the tall one.
Yeah.
They gave me a tall one, just one. I drank, forgot what happened the rest of the night. Woke up, right? It was puke on the bathtub, puke on the floor. I was hugging the toilet bowl, right? And then puke in the toilet bowl. Then I was like, how? Right? I went to the bedroom. Apparently my bed had puke as well. So I'm like, how? You know? How did I get like then I asked my friend, did I drink a lot? They're like, no, you just drink one.
Oh, bless you.
Like I was like, you know, I made a vow to myself from that day on I will not drink alcohol ever again. Because that's terrible, guys. Come on. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that story.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So yeah, so that's mine. What's yours?
Oh, mate, I puke all the time, don't I? I'm literally throwing up at least once a week, I would say.
Ah, look at how proud she is.
No, I'm not proud of it. It's just something that happens. It just happens. But I have had some very funny stories.
Okay.
So this one time, it was, I can't remember whether it was my friend's birthday or she had just booked a cocktail making class, right?
Okay.
So it was at a bar, and you go and you learn how to make all these cocktails, and then they like, as you're making them, they like give you them. And then there was like, have you seen where they stack Jaeger bombs next to each other and then like they knock it all down like dominoes and then you drink all of them? So it was all that kind of shenanigans, and it was a really fun night. And I'd applied for my master's, so I was like moving to Southampton University, and the next day my mom was supposed to drive me and my boyfriend at the time down to Southampton so that I could pick out accommodation for where I was going to live the next year, right? So one thing I don't think you know about my mom, she is literally the worst driver ever. Like, so bad. Like, she literally like jolts all the time like this, so even if you're sober you feel really car sick. Because like she's such a bad driver. My dad will completely vouch for me because he's puked out the side of my mom's car before, right? Because she's just so bad, bless her.
That's very ironic.
So for like a short trip it's okay, but the drive to Southampton is like 3 hours from Birmingham, right? So imagine me hungover the next morning driving to Southampton in my mom's car. I was in the front seat and I just couldn't stop throwing up. And I was like throwing up so much, and she was like pulling over to the side of the road. I was like puking in like.
So from 3 hours, the drive became like 5.
It was like 5 hours. I was like puking like on the floor of like petrol stations and stuff. And it got to the point where she was like, Danielle, I cannot pull this car over anymore. Like, we're going on the motorway now. And I was like, oh my god, I'd puked in all the plastic bags that we brought along with.
How much did you puke? Like,
So much.
You lost 10 kg while puking?
Oh, I wish, honestly. So like, I resorted to like throwing up out the side of the window while she was driving.
That is the worst.
It gets worse.
Ah. Okay.
So like, we're on the motorway, right, and I'm like throwing up out the window, and then like there's loads of lorries driving past. So I had this really horrible thought in my head. I was like, what if I am sticking my neck out too long out this window? Obviously it wouldn't happen, but I just got like really in my head. I was like, what if I'm sticking my head out the window too long and a lorry comes along and like takes my head off, right? Because I was being really, I don't know what was wrong with me that day. So I like pulled my head in like a little bit to throw up, right?
Oh, and it gets in the car?
No, it's worse. It's worse. So like, the wind blows the vomit that I throw up back, and my boyfriend at the time is sitting behind me in the car, and it hits him in the face.
Is that the reason why he became your ex-boyfriend?
No. So yeah, I like throw up out the window, and the wind like blows it back and hits him in the face. That's a good story. That's a funny story.
Yeah, it is. I don't think it's a good story.
It's hilarious.
I mean, it's funny, yeah. But I feel sorry for.
Don't. Don't feel sorry for him. He probably deserved it.
So, yeah. That's a good question, there is.
Yeah, I know.
So what's next? What's next?
Let's have a look.
Why is your volume always louder than mine? I already adjusted your volume pretty low.
Don't know.
And every time you speak, mine glows as well. So maybe.
What's the scariest or creepiest place you've ever been?
Oh. Okay. I'm from Indonesia, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of folklore and beliefs and superstition. Yeah. So I would say one of the house that I used to live in is very creepy.
Is this the one that you told me about?
Yes. So this is what happened. Okay. I supposed to sleep with my grandmother and my maid. It's a 3-story house. The top story is just an open space. Second story is bedroom and a living room. And then there's like a storeroom in the middle of first and second. That's my cousin, male cousin's bedroom. He decided to use the storeroom as his bedroom, right? And then in the first story is kitchen, a bedroom, and a garage. So I sleep with my grandmother and my maid at that time in the bedroom on the level 1. But my grandmother decided to go back to the village to check on her pigs and stuff. She had a pig farm, so yeah. So the maid decided to join the ladies at the second level bedroom, right? So I was sleeping alone in the bedroom downstairs, and then halfway through the sleep, a young kid wake me up, and then he said, "Can you turn on the bathroom light for me?" I'm like, just turn it on yourself. I was literally just talking to the guy. So I woke up pissed off, turned on the bathroom light, went back to sleep, right? 5 seconds after I went back to sleep, I'm like, who the hell was I talking to? There's no such a kid. So I went and picked out of the bedroom, the bathroom light was on, and there's a sound of someone peeing. So that was very creepy. So yeah.
There's a logical explanation for it.
What? My
For
cousin.
one, you were a child, so
I could be dreaming.
you could be dreaming.
Yeah, could be. So, but that was creepy, and it's not just me that experienced such a thing in that house. The maid one time claimed that she woke up and saw an old guy sitting on the dining table. No, I mean the dining chair in the dining room.
Right.
And yeah. So yeah, that's creepy.
I've never really experienced anything creepy like that, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Because okay, here's the thing. I don't know why, but sometimes there's a truth to jokes and stuff. Like people say that why when you see paranormal activities, it is always very cultural based, and there's no intercrossing of culture when it comes to ghosts. Why is it Western kind of ghost is always at a Western country, and Eastern type of ghost is in the Eastern country? You've never seen Westerner suffer this kind of not suffer face this kind of illusion in the Eastern country, and
Right. Okay.
it's like an Eastern kind of ghost. It never happened.
Because it's not true.
That's the thing. There's
your answer right there. It's not real, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't believe in any of that stuff.
Yeah. So yeah.
I've not really been to any scary places or anything, to be honest. Or creepy places.
Really?
I've been to like a couple of like Holocaust museums and like Holocaust places.
Oh yeah, I mean if you talk about
That hasn't been
yeah.
very nice. That's been quite eerie. But apart from that, I can't really think of anything. Oh yeah. I went to the killing fields in Cambodia. That was horrible. That was like the worst, but also one of the best experiences. It was very hard to explain. Like it was really insightful, but it was also really horrible.
Okay.
Do you know much about it?
Not really.
So
Expound.
in there, I think it was the 80s. Maybe, I think it went on for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
It must have started in the 60s or 70s and it went through to the 80s
Mm-hmm.
because it was just after the Vietnam War. Cambodia went through the biggest mass genocide. Like, so the leader of Cambodia killed a quarter of the population.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was basically like he wanted to have like a communist revolution, but he just took it to like the absolute extreme. So like for example, if you wore glasses, you were seen as like intelligent or an intellect, so like you would be killed.
Oh no.
Or if you had like soft hands, then he would see you as like not being able to work in the fields, so then you would be killed. Like all these kind of things, right? So he
That's
like
bad.
put people in like work camps, and then he would like murder them or just work them to death basically. But we went to this prison where he kept like political prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
So because he became really paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like people that he thought were conspiring against him, he would put in this prison. So we went to go see this prison, and it used to be a school. And so it's just like, it's so eerie and creepy. And there's like, I won't go into too much detail, but there's like all blood stains on the floor from like when they tortured people and stuff like that. And then they took us to like the killing fields where they would obviously kill people. And that was horrible. And there was like a tree in the middle of this place where they used just to kill babies. Like they would just hit babies off the tree. Oh my god, it was disgusting.
It is.
And it was like the rainy season as well. So when it rains, it brings up all the bones. So like we were walking around and we were seeing like teeth on the floor or like ribs. Yeah, it was really horrible. That's definitely the creepiest place I've ever been to. Definitely, that was horrible, that place. But like, it's really interesting, like you learn a lot about the history and stuff. And we met like quite a few survivors there. So that was nice. But yeah, that's the creepiest place I've ever been to.
It is creepy.
Yeah, that was horrible.
So yeah. Wow, we are at 44 minutes, going to 45.
Wow. Should we finish on a good question?
Yes, let's take a last question.
What are some words of wisdom that have stuck with you all these years?
Words of wisdom. I think this is something that I've lived by for now. Mistakes are lessons, challenges are chances, and problems are opportunity in disguise. So I now like face challenges a bit more optimistic now because I see challenges as something that that gonna help me grow. You know, if you persist in solving all the problems you face and like overcoming all the challenges and obstacles, you come out as a better person. So that has stuck with me. Maybe that's why I'm so, you know. How about you?
I would say, particularly my dad, who's always told me that, like, to be honest, we're really lucky and nothing too bad has really happened in my life ever, really. Like, we've been super lucky, touch wood. So he also taught me that, like, if you think negatively about things, then probably there will be negative things happening to you.
Yeah.
So like if you think positively about stuff, it's more likely to create positive things from that.
Yeah.
You know? You just always have to look positively.
The law of attraction.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some truth to that in a way, I think.
Well, I think so, because I know it's a bit like, oh, it's all about the positive energy that you put out, blah, blah, blah. But if you think about it from like a psychological way, if you think negatively about things, you're less likely to act on them because you've kind of like given up on the whole situation.
Yeah. Like you know? You were less likely to try it or something. Because,
try harder, yeah. Whereas if you think positively about it, you think, okay, so what's the next step that I can do to like solve this problem?
And also like there's
sorry.
And there's like, I remember reading this book, like the guy actually said there are some science behind it. It's like there's this thing called radio wave, how radio frequency only able to communicate when the frequency is the same. So he said with that he think that there's something about the brain wave that emits a frequency that attract the same frequency.
Well, I think that's absolute bullshit.
Yeah, but for me, I think there is some truth to it.
No, that's bullshit.
For me,
that's not scientific. That's pseudoscience.
So
but if you think of it from a psychological point of view, like you know, you're more likely if you're positive about something, you're more likely to execute it.
Yeah, that as well. So
yeah. So yeah, that would be mine. I would say.
So yeah, I guess that's it for today's D&D podcast.
Yes. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Listen to us on Spotify and watch us on YouTube.
We are at more places now. We are at Google Podcast as well. We are at Comcast or something.
Okay. We'll put everything in the link.
Yeah, there's a lot of like. I'm still trying to figure out how to get this to Apple Podcasts, but yeah. Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram,
Google,
yeah.
Everything.
The description is below, guys. So that's it for now. I wish you guys luck. And if there's any more question,
let us know.
Yeah, you can send us a DM, comment, email, anything. So yeah. Good night. Have a great week ahead. See you next week.
Bye guys.
Bye. Thank you.